What stood out to you so far?
I mean, the energy in the gym is pretty high. Everybody's eager to learn and get to know each other. I mean, time will tell, how we gel and how we communicate. I feel like that'll be what, either takes us far or keeps us where we at.
And it feels like it's just been so long since we saw you, Trey, and Z all out there together. What's just that dynamic been like, just trying to figure out how y'all can all work together?
Yeah, I mean, we were familiar, we're familiar with each other, so it's not as difficult as trying to get accustomed to how the other, the guys that came in, from the trade and the rookies, we were still just trying to get a feel for those guys. But it's been pretty cool, having everybody back out on the field here.
I heard yesterday, Willie said that you kind of addressed the team before practice. What's kind of your message to this guy?
I just keep that between the team.
Zion kept it too. He did the same thing.
Oh, yeah. It's a team thing.
What's been your early impression of Jordan Poole?
Say it again?
Jordan Poole, what have been your just early impression?
He's been phenomenal in practice, very vocal, a lot more vocal than I thought. But he can lead. He's gotten to a championship and won. So we'll be leaning on him for some advice to kind of get us through, some days when we don't know, which way to go. He can kind of lead us, him and Loon. But he's been phenomenal.
Herb, you've always been kind of vocal, especially in a defensive end. Have you found yourself being even more vocal, say, with this group? There's a lot of fresh faces, a lot more younger guys. Do you feel like you want to kind of step into that bigger role? The guy that keeps everybody in check or in line or says what needs to be said?
I wouldn't really consider, I wouldn't say it's a bigger role. I just want to be more consistent and being, a leader.
So does that mean just pulling guys aside or just saying something every day? What does that mean to you?
However I need to connect with them, and get the message across, I will. And I think, it'll just take some time for me to figure out how to connect with, everybody.
What's it like? Because it feels like every year we hear more guys being like, hey, I'm going to Herb to ask him about defense or what I need to do or what he sees. What's it like just having so many guys reach out to you and want to kind of see your perspective and see how you see the game?
I mean, it's pretty cool. And I'm not selfish with, the things that I know and that I see. So, I'm eager to, give the game that I have as well.
Kevon told us on Media Day that he's very interested in picking your mind defensively. Have you had a chance to sit down with him or anything like that?
We haven't sat down yet and just had a chat about the defensive side, with the 2 days.
What have been your early impressions of Jeremiah Fears?
I love him. I can tell he's a worker. He listens. He plays hard, and I think that's the baseline for success.
From playing against him or
Say it again?
Start playing against Kevon Looney, either independent or from the start of training camp, what are your impressions of how valuable he can be on and off the court?
Like I said, he's already won championships, so he can lead us. When we don't know necessarily what to do or when to do it, how to do things, I think he can lead us in that aspect. And on the court, I've already tried, figuring out how he gets so many rebounds. Being undersized as a big, I'm still trying to get some pointers on, how to keep those bigger guys off the glass.
He has a reputation of being one of the best sprinters in the league. He always said, he said a couple times already, still trying to figure out how to screen you. He feels like he has a hard time screening you.
Screening me?
Yeah, when he played on the Warriors.
We don't have to worry about that now.
Right. What I was going to ask was, how much pride you take in that? Has a hard time.
Yeah. I just take pride in playing hard, and that just kind of comes with it. I'm doing everything I can for him not to scream, and I'm sure he's trying to figure out, how to scream. And that's just what a lot of the elite guys do. So that's pretty my main focus.
Where do you see Eve kind of improving defensively in year 2 now he got all the experience under his belt coming back in the second?
I think just staying poised, not worrying about the mistakes, and just playing hard. And I think he has very good instincts. He plays with a lot of energy, and so, like I said, that's something we can build from.
There's a lot of things I know the group wants to cover, but is rebounding kind of at the top, considering what happened last year? The team just didn't rebound, especially defensively, very well.
Yeah, going there, I feel like defensively, for any team, rebounding is a top priority. So we're definitely prioritizing that this year, and try to keep guys off the glass.
Are you going to also make it a priority for yourself? Are you going to try and crash the glass more and all that?
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a lot more rebounds.
With Jordan Poole, he brings a bit quicker of a game at that point guard. But how do you feel you adjust to that on offense? On offense, how can you play better with someone that plays a little bit quicker, plays faster?
You sound like just ball speed?
Yeah.
Him just having I don't think it'll be much different. I just make the right reads when I have to.
Herb,
just potentially what this team can be defensively? How much does that excite you?
It excites me a lot. We have a lot of like-sized guys. So I think, when you're able to switch a lot of things and keep the ball in front, it makes it tough for the opposing.
Getting another new squad.
It's been a lot of fun. The energy's been great. Practice has been real competitive, and we've been really getting after it. So it's been fun. Learning a new system, learning the new players, learning the coaches. It's been really cool.
What's that learning curve been like? I guess how different is it versus what you used to doing?
It's not really so much different. I've been in the league a long time, so I kind of know all the schemes and all the terminology of being in the NBA. Just the schedule of practice, the way they like to run things is different. Basketball is basketball at the end of the day, so it has a really real learning curve. Might be something in the game when we start playing against other teams. It might feel different, but right now it's been cool, it's been easy, it's been a lot of fun.
What's it been like just running alongside JP again as teammates?
It's been great. Seems like we ain't missed the beat. We've been playing together for a long time. He's been gone for a few years, but it's been cool just have him back around, being around his energy. He's a joy to play with. He always brings a happy attitude into the gym. So it's been a breath of fresh air to be around him.
Is he more vocal now than he was back when you played with him?
For sure. My first couple of years, he was a young guy trying to figure it out. But later, his last couple of years with playing with him, he was starting to be more vocal. But now you can see he's way more confident. He's almost at the veteran status in the league. I ain't gonna give him that credit yet, but he's almost there. He's definitely more vocal. He's stepping into his leadership, and especially being a lead guard. You gotta be somebody that we can follow, and he's been stepping into that role.
Besides the vocal part, what else stands out to you that he's improved upon since you were teammates with him last?
Just his pace, his decision making. I used to get on him about early in his career about playing too fast. Now he kind of seems to have control of the offense, knowing where he wants to get to, knowing his spots on the court, and he's competing more on the defensive end. Something that he got to continue to get better at, but he's been seeming like he's taking that challenge on that side.
You're obviously bringing a lot of experience here. Can you talk about your impressions of the other you have two other centers that are coming off of their rookie year.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on just kind of the development of Even and Carlo in terms of and maybe what you talk to those guys about?
They're really talented. They're really athletic. They can play a long time in this league, and just seeing them on the last couple days, we've really just been as big, just talking about just small things like pick and roll coverage, screening, making sure we dominate the glass and different things like that. So. I didn't get to watch a lot of them last year, but seeing them coming in, I've been impressed about just how physical they are, how athletic they are. That's why I kind of try to test the young bigs, see how strong they are. They're gonna let me try to push them around, but they've been standing up to the challenge. They're really strong and they're really competitive.
And knowing how much this team struggled with rebounding last year, and knowing that's how you kind of made your bones in this league, did you kind of identify, hey, this is where I can really help this team? This is where I can make a big difference.
For sure, that's something I take pride in. I feel like whatever team I'm on, I want to be one of the best rebounding teams. And that's the mentality that starts from the bigs, but we got to kind of trickle down to the guards and to everybody else on the team. We got to be a mentality that every night you're gonna bring your hard hat, and if it's a 50-50 ball, we're gonna go get it. And it starts with the big, so we got to start. Me, Eve, Carlo, just to set the tone that we don't get every rebound. And when you go out there and play hard like that, your teammates usually follow, and you can hold them accountable when you get that rebound.
On the talent that is on this team, that you guys can be a good rebounding team.
For sure. We got a lot of length, a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed. We got a lot of size. I've been on teams where we weren't the fastest or the biggest, but we were pretty good at rebounding. It's just about technique, and it's about will and want. And I feel like these first couple days, we got a lot of guys that's super competitive. We got a lot of dogs on the team, and we just got to go out there and show it.
What are your first impressions of working with Coach Green?
It's been great. Seeing him in his head coaching role, he's a great coach, a great leader. He has a great command of the team and of the gym, and his X's O's seem to be good so far. And I'm really excited to really learn from him and pick his mind. And he's been a great communicator so far, and letting guys know what he wants and what he expects. And so it should be a great year.
You talked about how different Jordan is from when you first had him at Golden State. How different is Coach Green versus when he was out there?
Definitely. I mean, but his demeanor and his way of approach of work has been the same. I got he was like the player development when he was with us at Golden State, but he's a former player, and he kind of carried himself like that. He's always been kind of serious and kind of straight to the point and blunt, and he always told the truth. And he kind of does the same thing now. And as a leader, you always seen a guy that could be a great leader and a leader in the locker room, and he makes sense that he's the head coach. And so he kind of been the same, so it ain't really much change for him.
There's a lot of former players, like you worked with Coach Kerr, then Coach Green, and even Joe Dumars. What does it mean to have like a former player being the one in charge?
It means a lot. Having a former player, a guy that's been in your shoes, that's been through, knows what you're going through, knows the adversity that you're facing. You kind of know, your circumstances, it means a lot as when you can talk to your coach and he knows what you're thinking, he knows what you're feeling, he knows how it feels when you're not making shots, you know how it feels to be in a contract year. All those different things that a fan or somebody who just stepped into the job might not know about, they know about and they've been through it and experienced it probably tenfold. So it's great to have coaches that can, that you can really learn on and lean on and really vent to, and they can give you sound advice.
At some point, are you gonna?
Probably so. I'm gonna wait to probably once we win a lot of games, and I'm gonna bring mine in and ask him about his. I think they said that team would have beat ours back in the day. I think they did an interview with Steph and Clay, but yeah, we're all good.
And I just asked Herb about this, but what do you kind of see Eve improving the most going into year two, just having that experience under his belt, just kind of knowing more what he's seeing out there?
Continue to take his competitiveness to a higher level. That's what we're challenging, especially a lot of our young guys that, a little less experience, is continue to challenge yourself to compete every time you walk into this building. Defensively, being vocal, communicating our coverages, rebounding the ball, things like that. Offensively, just keeping the game simple. So he's doing a fantastic job so far, and that's just going to be growth and experience for him.
And with a lot of guys that talk about how talking to Jordan Poole is, did you know that? Like when y'all got him, did you know he?
I didn't. I didn't know he was as talkative, but we strongly encourage. We strongly encourage our guys to continue to communicate, over-communicate, and he's been spearheading that group.
And Will, you touched on media day, defensive rebounding last year, needing to shore that up, and how the league's also getting bigger. So what is kind of your approach during training camp? Do you want to have, look at more two big, lineups, get all the guys on the glass? What's going to be your approach to trying to combat, basically, not allow what happened last year to happen again?
Number one, we got to challenge each other just to uplift the standard. And historically, we've been a good defensive rebounding team. Last season, drop off. So just area of improvement, but we're definitely going to explore all type of lineups in preseason. I think that's what preseason is for, to get a good look at different groups together, see who meshes, who plays well. It could be big combinations, small combinations, but we'll definitely explore some of those opportunities.
Kevon Looney has mentioned a couple times already that that's going to be one of his big focuses is rebounding. How valuable do you think he can be in terms of just rebounding and all the stuff that he does in the paint and how tough he is?
He's one of the best. He's one of the best. He's done it at a high level and high-level games, championship-level games. So he's walking on the floor right away with that mentality that he's going to add rebounding to our group. Now, it won't just be on Loon. It won't be just on Eve. Our wings and guards have to do a better job as well of boxing out, being physical, securing rebounds, because we know when they rebound the ball, that ignites our fast break opportunities.
Yeah, Herb told us he was interested in getting more rebounds. I think you talked about Trey. You want to see more improvement out of him. So is there almost like kind of a mandate these guys have to go out and just do more on that part of the game, getting the rebounds?
Yeah, it's just take a step. Take one step forward in that category. It may not be I go from 5 to 10 rebounds in one season, but it's taking a step, being conscious of what that does for our team, understanding the why. Why is it important to secure the rebound? We don't want to give teams opportunities to score on us, second chance opportunities. We want to play fast. We want to get out on the open floor. So when we get stops, it's imperative that we finish those possessions.
You've seen it kind of on both sides of coaching and opponent. How huge is it the momentum sometimes when he got those offensive rebounds and kicked out for threes? It seemed like that was always a crucial momentum backbreaking kind of thing.
They are. It's just that those are backbreaking plays that, number one, we want to incorporate, and then number two, we don't want them happening to us. And so finishing possessions, but on the flip side, offensively, we got some guys that can offensive rebound and give us extra possession.
For a long time, it seemed like defensive player of the year was kind of bigs only type of thing, and we saw recently Lou Dort, Amen Thompson, Dice, more of those guys getting consideration. You feel like it's only a matter of time before we start talking about Herb in that conversation as well?
Oh, definitely. Herb he should be in that conversation already. He's coming off, 2 years ago, first team all defense. Last season had some injuries, so he didn't even qualify based on the games. But he's definitely in that conversation. He's an elite defender, and his instincts are incredible, and he's getting better and better.
You feel like with the way the game is played today, it only makes sense that more perimeter guys are considered for that award?
I think, it just depends. Bigs that anchor the defensive teams as well. You need good perimeter defenders the way the league is played, but I don't know if it's going to be more guards as we progress, but, I definitely think we got guys on our team that's capable.
Seems like Jeremy Pierce has gotten fits in well with the team so far. What are your early impressions of him a couple days into training?
He's good. He's really good, man. It's impressive to me to see where he was and how much he's already grown. He's been in the gym all summer long. He's gotten stronger. His speed is incredible on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively. And now the pictures are becoming more clear. Now he's going to play in some games, and he's going to make some mistakes, but his upside is tremendous.
Willie, what's improved? Have you seen? Is it the decision making? What's different from, say, summer league for you in your eyes?
It's his ability to be able to use his. So it's not always fast. Sometimes it's fast too slow. Sometimes it's slow too fast, and he's allowing the offense to settle before he's attacking. That's something that he's learning more and more, and the better he gets at it, the more that he can attack opponents.
One of the things that Caban mentioned about Herb defensively was that Caban is somebody that was one of the best screeners, has been one of the best screeners in the league, and he always said, like, I don't know why I can't screen this guy. He was just basically saying, like, how difficult it is. What do you think makes Herb so good at, like, just avoiding being picked like that?
You probably have to ask Herb that. I mean, he's a good defender, and those guys, again, when they're on the floor, they understand angles and positions, and he knows that Loon's a good screener. So he's not trying to get screened. He's probably guarding, in Golden State, Steph, and Clay and some of those guys. So when Herb's on the floor, he knows how to avoid, those guys screening him, especially with the physical guys.
I know every year we talk to you, and you kind of have that player's mentality where, hey, I want to come back better. I want to come back and improve. So what's the focus for you this year, or how you want to improve as a coach?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, understanding how important it is to continue to keep our culture at a high level. We want to come in today and every day in this gym, no matter what, wins, losses, and have energy, be intense, be intent about, our opportunities to take advantage of practice time, shoot-arounds. So that's important. The opportunity to develop guys, being on the floor with some of our young guys, walking over the details, our execution on both ends of the floor. So those are things I've gone back in the summer and said, these are areas that we can continue to grow, I can continue to grow. And then over-communicating. Players talk about it, staff talk about it, but just pouring in and over-communicating wherever it's needed.